Alright, 6.4 is all about new factoring. Last semester, we learned about 4 ways to factor, and here's a quick review. I want you to do a quick warm-up. I'm going to put these up. Go ahead and press pause, and then factor these. The first one, we're going to do x squared plus 10x plus 25. Second one, I want you to factor 4x squared minus 9. Then I want you to factor 3x squared plus 15x plus 12. Don't forget about the first thing you always look for on this one, GCF. And then the last one I want you to factor is 2x squared minus 5x minus 12. Alright, so go ahead and factor these. Go ahead and press pause, factor these, and when you come back, I'll factor them at super fast combat math teach speed. Ready, go! Alright, so to factor these, this is old school. What multiplies to 25 and adds up to 10? Well, you get x plus 5 and 5, right? So you get x plus 5 and x plus 5. Or another way to write this is x plus 5 quantity squared. I like that one a little bit better. This one, this is a difference of squares. A squared minus b squared. So if a squared is 4x squared, that means that a is going to be 2x. And if b squared is 9, that means that b is 3. So this factors 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3. Then this one, what's the first thing you always look for? You always look for a GCF. In this case, a 3 can come out. 3 times quantity of x squared plus 5x plus 6. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. 6. What am I talking about? Plus 4. Is that better? My bad. What multiplies to 4 and adds up to 5? Well, that would be 4 and 1. So this factors further to x plus 4 and x plus 1. Make sure you factor it as far as you possibly can. Then that brings us to this last one. This last one, is there a GCF? 2, 5, and 12. No, that 5 kind of messes it up. So, since it doesn't have a GCF, because this leading coefficient is greater than 1, we have to Batman. So we're going to multiply the ends. Get negative 24x squared. What multiplies to negative 24 but adds up to negative 5? That would be negative 8x plus 3x. Right? Then you bring the wings down. So you get 2x squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 12. So what's happened here is we've split the middle term. Make 2 groups of 2. GCF each group. 2x, you're left with x minus 4 plus 3 times quantity of x minus 4. And your final answer is 2x plus 3 times x minus 4. Alright, quick way to check your answer if you wanted to is FOIL it out. You should come back to this. Alright, so that's a review of the 4 ways that we do know how to factor. But like I said, today what we're going to do is we're going to learn about all 7 ways to factor. The first type of factoring you always look for, of course, is GCF, greatest common factor. Number 2 we'll come to later. Number 3 is regular style, which is how to factor x squared plus bx plus c. Number 4 we ain't ready for. Number 4 is Batman. Batman is ax squared plus bx plus c. 5 you ain't ready for. 6 you ain't ready for. But 7 is the difference of squares. And the difference of squares pattern was a squared minus b squared that would factor to a plus b, a minus b. All right, so those are the 4 ways that we have. We're going to start off with number 5 today. Number 5 is called, we'll put it in both places. No, number 5 is called the sum of cubes. The sum of cubes. Now here's what's up with sum of cubes. Sum of cubes says this. If you have a cubed plus b cubed, that's going to factor to 2 things where one is short, the other one is long. The first part is going to be a plus b, and the second part is going to be a squared minus ab plus b squared. Let's do a quick couple of examples here. How about x squared, or excuse me, x cubed plus 27. All right, so this is a sum of cubes because it's got an addition, and these are 2 perfect cubes. Now, if a cubed is x cubed, then a is x. Y'all with me on that? If b cubed is 27, then what is b? What times itself 3 times is 27? B is 3. So I like to identify what a is going to be and what b is going to be. Then we're just going to plug it in to this formula here. So this is going to factor to x plus 3. A plus b is x plus 3 times the quantity of a squared. So x squared minus 3x, because that's a times b, so x times 3, or 3x, plus b squared is 9. So that's what it's going to factor to. Now, we'll check this one time. What multiplies a 9 and adds up to 3? This is an old school pattern, but as it turns out, nothing multiplies a 9 and adds up to 3. And here's the thing, y'all. Sum of cubes, this second part is never going to factor. Just a heads up there. So this is our final answer here. X plus 3 times x squared minus 3x plus 9. Let's try another one. How about 8m cubed plus 1. 8m cubed plus 1. Alright, so this is tricky. If a cubed is 8m cubed, what is a? What times itself 3 times is 8m cubed? Well, that would be 2m. 2m times 2m is 4m squared, times another 2m would be 8m cubed. If b cubed is 1, then what is b? B is also 1. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So this factors to 2m plus 1, a plus b, times quantity of a squared. What is 2m squared? 4m squared minus 2m times 1, ab, is 2m, plus b squared is 1. So that's our factored form. All right. The next one is difference of squares. This is number 6. Difference of cubes. Difference of cubes. Difference of cubes says this. A cubed minus b cubed. Very similar to sum of cubes, right? Except that it's minus. And this is going to factor to a minus b. There's going to be a squared plus ab plus b squared. All right, so let's do a quick example here. How about g cubed minus 64? All right, so again, I like to identify what a and b are going to be. If g cubed is a cubed, then a is g. And b, what times itself 3 times is 64? Guess and check a little bit, and you'll find that b is 4. b is 4. So what this is going to factor to is g minus 4 times the quantity of g squared plus 4g, right, ab, plus b squared is going to be plus 16. Once you figure out what a and b are, you just plug it into the formula. And that's our final answer here. All right, so let's add that to our list. Number 6 is difference of cubes. That is a cubed minus b cubed equals a minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. So here's the thing. You'll notice that these are awfully similar. You got to come up with a way to remember sum of cubes. Here's how I do it. A plus b, that the first part makes sense. The sum has a plus, the difference has minus. The last part doesn't. It's minus and then plus. For difference of squares, it's plus and plus. Yeah, it's just one of them goofy things. All right. So now we have 6 ways of factoring. Let's come to number 2. The number 2 is you already know, but you don't know that you know. But I know that you know. And now you know that you know, but you still don't know that you know. That's weird. Hold on a second. All right. The last one, number 2, is called grouping. Grouping. Here's what's up with grouping. X to the third minus 2x squared, minus 9x plus 18. Now, you've seen grouping before, but you don't know that you've seen it. Check this out. Since there's 4 terms here, and that's how you recognize to do it by grouping, is when there's 4 terms. You're going to make 2 groups of 2. So, group of 2. Now, make sure this is a plus between it. So, when you make this, let's make this plus negative 9, and notice that 18 doesn't get it because there's no parentheses yet. Then make a group of 2. So there's 2 groups of 2. Then you go to each group and you GCF each group. X cubed minus 2x squared, what comes out? X squared comes out. You're left with x minus 2. What can come out of this one? You got negative 9x plus 18. Actually, we're going to pull out a negative 9, and we're left with x minus 2. Now look what's happening here. We got x squared times this minus 9 times this. So this becomes x squared minus 9 times x minus 2. All right? So that is how you factor by grouping. Now, you look at what's left. Can anything go further? Well, x minus 9 is a difference of squares, so this can actually go a little bit farther. This can go to x plus 3 times x minus 3. Then we got our x minus 2. So that is our final answer. But grouping is actually the end part of Batman, isn't it? So, number 2 here, let's add it to our list, is by grouping. Smith out!